Hey, this is Zoe Williams of the Voice of Reason and Zoe What Morning Shows here at Dash Radio. Listen, everybody on YouTube, you guys have been a tremendous support for my shows, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in every week and, participating. But I'm serious than a mug. We need your help on the GoFundMe campaign. We really want to do the VOR radio network, and I'm asking you personally, each and every one of you, we're over nearly 24,000 strong here on the channel. We need you to support by donating. Just click that little button down there and it'll take you directly to the GoFundMe campaign. It's gofundme.com/Zoe Williams. Anything you can do is greatly appreciated. It continues our movement. It continues our forward progress. And I appreciate you all who have already donated. If you can do it again, I thank you so much. Thanks again. Zoe What? I'm out.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice of Reason. I'm Zoe Diggity. Just fresh off of the Memorial Day weekend. It's about to go smooth down. The first show after the holiday weekend, the Voice of Reason. We have an amazing topic today. House full of butaphora on the butaphorific side of the game. It's going down. We got a great topic. But before I even get to this topic, damn it, somebody hit me up with the coldest. Listen, do you guys remember the movie School Days?
Yeah. Yes.
And the motherfuckers had those, they had what was that? The fraternity. Mm-hmm. This dude created a paddle for me.
Yes.
Look at this paddle.
Ooh.
Right? Let me just put this right here.
I like that.
I got the keys, man. Can you imagine if this was in your house? Bring a C home and see what happened. You bring a goddamn C home and see what happened.
Yes,
Right.
Just the fear of having to deal with this mug.
Right.
Goodness gracious. Let me tell y'all really quickly who did this for me, and you guys should just go out and support this brother. Follow him.
Yes.
His name, follow him on Twitter and IG. His name is @Shabazz_warrior. That's Twitter and IG. @Shabazz_warrior. Sankofa Studios. .bigcartel.com. Man, I appreciate that, man. The craftsmanship. I'm gonna whoop my son's dog. I'm gonna whoop my son's dog's ass.
Oh.
See,
Yeah.
I have a grand dog,
Yes.
Me too.
I do too.
right? Hey, the whole crew is in the building
Everybody in the house.
to deal with this shit. We're gonna get you a chair, Sarah. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to go get the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. Y'all think this is an Ebony or a Jet magazine? Some shit you could just thumb through to pass the time. No disrespect to those publications, but this is a for real ass relationship, work your life out book. It's not a game. Tiffany, you were reading this, right?
Yeah.
Over the holiday weekend.
Yes,
What
I was.
happened? What did it do to you?
It triggered growth. Like, it really stimulates the questions you need to ask yourself that I admitted I knew I wasn't ready for before, which is why I waited to a certain point to start the book. But yes, it's wonderful. It's causing growth, tons of self-reflection, pushing me to new places.
I was getting some late night texts like, "Thank you." What kind of weirdness? I was like,
Yes.
"What did I do?" You know, like just 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning. Well, how late was it?
It was not that late.
For me, I'm old.
I mean, it was like 10:30. Come on now.
That's
So that's
old.
too
Right. I was like, wait a
Don't
minute.
ever text me after 10.
I know. I try not to. I be trying to be mindful, and I don't know who has booze and not. So be like,
I'm just saying, that was crazy. I was like, what? For real. Like, and a lot of people don't understand. I try to tell them, like, and we're going to deal with it today with today's topic. And again, this is you guys' forum. I'm just the conductor. I want to conduct a conversation. I want to interject questions because I really want to know how you guys are going to move forward, how you guys are going to progress and build realities with people, because that's what relationship is about. You're building realities. And what I like to do, maybe I've been blessed with this insight, as flawed as I am. I'll be like, well, how the fuck did I get this insight? There's something wrong with me. I know there's something wrong with me. And like, one of my challenges is, you know, I always say, whatever gift I have isn't for me. Because when I'm with someone, the gift doesn't work on that relationship.
Ooh, amen.
Wow.
Amen.
Yeah, amen.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
it just doesn't. I'm seen in a different capacity.
Right.
Even when, like, this, like, even when, okay, I coach somebody that I don't know, and then later we become friends, it's almost like there's a shift. Like, when we weren't friends, you understood what I was trying to say to you because you had a desire and a willingness to understand.
Yeah.
Right.
But when we become friends, you create a whole new set of expectations, and then the gift that had originally brought us together doesn't fit the paradigm that you've created for this new interaction. It's like some crazy shit. Like, I'll be sitting there listening, and what's crazy, the craziest of it all is the person who has the different expectations for me will sit like a co-regent, like a vice president of my gift when I'm doing it with other people.
Right.
They'll be like, yep, he with me.
Yep.
But then when we go back to our situation, none of the shit I was saying to this person, none of the principles. And then another level of that is I'll see them use the principles that I try to use in our situation. They'll be teaching it like it's their gift.
Wow.
I just be like, what in the feast of Sam Hain
Right.
is going on?
Right.
Right? So it's a crazy experience. So again, like I said, this is your forum, and I need you guys to understand what's happening here today. So I promoted the book. I promoted this brother's product. There's something else that I gotta promote. Have any of you heard of this? There's a sister in Compton that just opened a grocery store?
Yes.
Man, she over 2?
No, one in Compton.
One in Compton.
There's another one in LA.
There's one in Lamert Park.
Listen, I'm just going, and one in Lamert Park?
Yep.
What's the name of the shit? If everybody.
It's called Supermarket. I'm actually speaking with her this Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Her name is Olympia Osset, I believe.
Olympia Osset.
Yeah, let me just double check because it might be Russet.
Man, I'm going to tell you like this. If every black person in Southern California don't, and listen, I know niggas is going to go in there with the scrupulous nose. They're going to be acting all sedity and high and mighty when you know you get meat with brown blood in it from Food for Less.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So don't go in there on some snooty shit
Right.
Yeah, I'm just saying, how black people, you be acting snooty and you ain't got shit anyway. So this sister opened up a grocery store. None of us better be in Whole Foods.
Nope. Right.
Trader Joe's, Gelson's. None of us better be over there. And I know that. Have you been inside the store yet?
So the supermarket is actually more of like a farmer's market. She has a tent and a setup every Sunday. It's in Leimert Park from 2 to 6 p.m. And there's also a drum circle in that area. That's my hood. So
that's her
definitely
hood.
Definitely go check it out and support the community.
Nice. We got to support her. 100%. Gotta support her. 100%. If we don't support her, we ain't shit. Oh,
right.
I didn't mean okay. Cool.
Right. But the one that she was speaking about, that's the one in Leimert Park. The one in Compton is an actual store.
It's an actual grocery store.
It's a small, clean grocery store. I know a few people that have already gone to the grocery store.
And they like the quality.
They've taken selfies and pictures, and everybody is representing.
Now, what's the address to the one in Compton?
Here, I'm going to get it for
Compton's
you right now.
in the house, without a doubt. I'm the rapper with clout everybody yap about. Let's go do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up now.
Yeah, when you get that address, please enforce. Just go buy some groceries even if you don't need it.
Exactly.
Well, niggas is greedy. Everybody foodies, so they gonna need it.
What's the name? Does anyone know the name of the Compton grocery store?
It's Groceries Outlet or something. I'm about to find it right now.
She's about to pull it up right now because people been hitting me all over. Zoe, you got to talk about this. Zoe. You already, and I don't normally promote businesses real heavy on the Voice of Reason. I normally save that for the Zoe What show, for the community empowerment, but it's important that I just go ham, eggs, and cheese with Welch's grape on this one. Now,
exactly.
I'm gonna say this too. The what is that? Soul of the Desert has been canceled.
No.
I was mad as hell. That's why I'm going up to Oakland with the homie Corey. The whole 5150 crew, we going to Oakland.
Oh, shoot.
Tommy T's, comedy spot up in Oakland. We about to show out.
Oh, shoot.
I'm going to be up there, connect with the fans. They not fans, they family. Because they come out and just show hella love. I mean, the love is crazy. So we going to be out there for 2 days from the 2nd to the 4th in Oakland showing. You already know it's going to be ignorant as hell. All right, so we're done. We're done with that. Now let's get to the topic. Ladies, I don't know if you're ready to deal with the devil. Did you guys get the topic?
I sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys get a chance to read some of the questions?
I did.
I'm maniacal, aren't I?
Yes.
Ooh.
I have to be. We're raising a generation here. What you guys say today is going to shape people. Let me just pull back a little bit. I know a lot of the chat room and the YouTube and all of that, motherfuckers can be hella disrespectful and belligerent. I know. But one through line that is true that I take from that is you guys are shaping a narrative. Your answers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a real chance that you guys could send out a message that may positively affect some woman that watches this show. Now, I know I'm affecting people all day in America. People calling me like crazy. And every time somebody calls me or sends me a letter or email and say, man, you changed my life. I've been, I'm hard on me. So I tend to kick my own ass when I get compliments. Because I be like, I'm fucked up. You ain't got no business complimenting me. Like I go in my head, I go in that direction. Like, you, for real? Me? You thanking me for some shit? Okay, cool. So I feel awkward. But I know the source of all that is put me here to affect people in a positive way. Regardless of how broken and tricked off I am. But I've been put here to do some shit. So I like to surround myself with people that have that same potential. Motherfuckers be, why you got her on the show? None of your fucking business. Why don't you have a show?
Right.
That's number one. Nigga, go in the bathroom, turn on the motherfucking iPhone, and film a show, my nigga. And let's see if it affects people in the same way. right? So I'm bringing on different people because I'm seeing something. I'm seeing a quality in them. And I'm saying, if I put them in a position to say this, to do that, watch how it organically grows into something very meaningful. That's the purpose of the Voice of Reason. We're going to have this conversation. Mimi, did you find it?
Yes. So there's 2 different locations. So one is Miracle Market, and it's at 800 West Alondra Boulevard, Compton, California. Also, the other one that I was also speaking about is Grocery Outlet, and it's the Bargain Market, and the address is 2178, and I'm trying to get the rest of the address. My friend went and supported and told me how
there he is.
Yep, he's there taking his selfie, so I'm going to get the rest of the address.
Let's
for this
all
one.
go down there as the Voice of Reason
Yes.
and use our whole social media movement
Yes.
and just be down there buying shit,
Exactly.
shopping.
I'm
like,
so down.
whoa, let's do that.
Right.
And
Next
use
weekend.
the social media to like really build this up.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
And I want to
That's
say the
right.
name of the one in Leimert Park. So it's supermarket, but it's missing the vowels. It's nice and modern. So it's SUPR.MRKT, and you can find that also on Instagram. SUPRMARKT, organic grocery store in Leimert Park. Check it out.
Smoking.
All right.
the
That's
bed.
what's up.
Dope. Now, are you ready to deal with today's topic? Yikes. It's about to be ugly, my niggas. How to be a 21st century black woman. A deeper look at some major issues facing black women today. We're going to cover it all. Dating, interracial dating, marriage, cheating, monogamy, STDs, work, family and work. Oh God, it's about to go down. It's a lot of shit facing y'all, affecting you guys. And I want to know how you guys are going to manage and build a relationship. Finances.
Right.
Oh God.
It's real, boss.
Jesus. Is getting a high major degree the new Christianity?
Oh. Wow.
Ooh. Fucking with Zoe. I'm out here. I'm out here. You think that shit gonna save you?
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Is a high major degree the new savior, my nigga? Fuck.
The struggle.
HIV and AIDS statistics in the black community are startling. What role do you think this affects? What role do you think this threatens? Or what role does this play to threaten the building of meaningful relationship between black men and women? Ugh. How do we come together when AIDS and HIV is fucking the shit out of our community? Niggas think I'll just avoid Atlanta. No. Like, no. I don't know if that's gonna be the answer. I don't know. How many black women are prepared for retirement or even planning for it? Ugh. True or false, black women should add this question to their relationship qualifier application when dealing with black men. Seriously, are you gay? Oh. If the rappers are gay and they have male fans, is that a red flag? I know I'm wrong, but I gotta ask the questions. Back in the day, nobody knew Teddy Pendergrass loved trannies. Nobody knew that. That was the man's man, right?
Right.
That was the man. That was the man that women loved. That fool was the first to do all female concerts. No dudes was allowed to come to that concert. It was all women listening to "Turn Off the Lights and Light a Candle." But this motherfucker was with a tranny.
Whoa.
So now you got rappers wearing dresses and skorts, running around with a skort on. What?
Hey, in some cultures, those are dope.
I'm just, whoa, here we go. And this is how they get in. I'm just saying. These are issues that you got to deal with. That question, true or false? Should black women add this question to their relationship qualifier application? Seriously, are you gay? Why are black women consistently rendered invisible?
The struggle, boss.
We had to go off, right? We had to really go off to raise attention to those young girls that were missing in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
How many more are still missing? Sandra Bland. Jesus Christ. How does the black woman's beliefs around monogamy impact intergenerational black wealth? You mean to tell me, Tiny, you gonna break up with T.I. because he cheated? Do you not know marriage is a business? A multi-million-dollar business, and you're a part of a multi-million-dollar business, so you're gonna break up the family because you mad? See, white women got it different. I'm not finna be out of the Rockefellers because he cheated.
Right.
Lala, you about to bounce? Divorce is the number one indicator of poverty in America. So, and I'm using the wrong examples because they got money. They might be able to survive that. But what about the average family who is inspired and motivated by what they see y'all with on TV?
Mm-hmm.
So then the sister gets a bright idea. Oh, you cheat, I leave. It's a reason why there's this term out there called cheaper to keep her. And now it's starting to progress over into cheaper to keep him. Oh, Jesus. Y'all better deal with this shit. What is the difference, ladies? Sister? High degree, Miss Independent? What is the difference between arrogance and confidence? And why is this important for black women to know when building a relationship? I'm gonna get the fuck out the way now.
Right. Okay.
What does the 21st century black woman look like? What are you guys doing? You guys doing a good job? Or are you fucking up the future?
Right.
Let's get busy. We got Mimi, we got Sarah, we got Angry Smurf. Her name is Joelle, by the way. Angry Smurf. We've got Ariane. She's literally a storm. Some meteorological, she might make it rain in this motherfucker. I don't know. Then we have Tiffany. It's about to go down in the town. The voice of reason is live. Let's get busy.
I love you, Joe. You be like,
let's do it.
Mimi.
What?
I know I asked a lot of questions, but I framed the topic right.
Mm-hmm.
What should sisters do? We're going to get to the domestic violence part too. But what should sisters do when trying to live her life, build her life, build her career, but yet find the one?
Wow. Well, in my opinion, if you're trying to build your life, then you should definitely stay focused on building your life, because whether you're with someone or not, you still have a life. So I think it's important to stay focused on your business and what you're trying to develop and do. But I think that you should also leave the door open, the window open, in case you meet someone who could possibly be Mr. Right or someone special in your life. And then when you meet that person, hopefully they can help you keep striving for your goals and dreams. Hopefully they won't be the dream snatcher that we spoke about on other shows.
The dream snatcher.
It's important that we build together.
The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I want to hear from ladies who are struggling with this. How many times do you get Mr. Wrong?
A lot.
Why you always keep dating the wrong motherfucker? Is he actually the wrong motherfucker?
Right.
Could be the right motherfucker for you. 323-230-4610. Storm, answer the question.
Yes.
What in the Feast of Samhain is going on? How do you build it?
Well, you want my personal opinion or just in general?
I want your personal opinion.
Well, me, I'm learning to build that because I'm building myself first. and I'm staying. I'm keeping a distance between my relationship life right now, as far as being with one, because I don't even know myself yet. And in order for me to be able to manage my career and manage them and manage our feelings, I have to find myself first, and I have to figure out myself fully so that I can be able to juggle both and, you know, give positive energy and also allow them to give me back positive energy.
What? You know good and well you ain't making them kind of decisions.
I am making those kind
When
of
was the last
decisions.
time you made a rash decision regarding relationships?
What do you mean as far as just jumping in one?
Just doing some shit.
I just did some stuff last year and it winded me up in jail. So I'm just not doing no more. Patty done took a chair.
Yeah, I love it. Sarah?
Yes.
I need you to speak on it. I talked about a lot of stuff.
So, in regards to what you should do if you're trying to build a career, as well as, you know, build a relationship, if that's what you want. I mean, I can speak from personal experience and like from my friends. From what I've seen, I think it's really important, as Mimi said, to focus on yourself, focus on what you can do. But I've also found that a lot of times when you are not looking for someone and when you are focused on yourself, you're in the right environments to meet people who are like-minded and who will help you along the path. So if you do meet someone, I think they should be encouraging to whatever you're trying to do. They should be supportive. They shouldn't be a distraction or get in the way of what you're trying to build for yourself, especially if you're young, because you can get caught up in the distractions and then lose who you are and lose what you're set out to do and your purpose. But if you have a partner, sometimes having a partnership to help you along the way is beneficial instead of thinking of it as, you know, two opposite things.
Jesus, you know who I need to talk to. I need to talk to Angry Smurf. Angry Smurf, you don't even seem like you're ready to even have this discussion.
I just want more leg room.
You're little though.
Right, the struggle is real.
Well, I don't want to push you out. Sorry. But go ahead.
I need to know. We did these shows before. We talked about how black women are in a hurry to get married. Like, what are your beliefs around cheating?
Don't do it? What do you mean my beliefs
She
around
said,
cheating?
don't do it.
Why would, why is that even a question?
This is why it's important for you to answer it.
No, I'm totally against cheating.
Why?
Because I feel like is no reason to cheat. If you don't want to be with just me, just don't be with just me then. Like, it's very, very simple. Like, growing up, like, I have step grandparents, step cousins, step everything, because nobody in my family has ever stayed together. Everyone, and it's due to the men cheating on the woman, and they had to get remarried. Even my dad included. Like, I had the conversation with my mom. I was like,
this is big.
Why are you not with my dad? Like, and she was just like, well, you really want to know? He cheated on me twice. And so it was like a big deal. And so she was like, it wasn't like I forgave him and then did it again. And it was just like, it's just too much. So just having that like history in my family, like the lying and the deceit and just wanting your cake and eating it too, like, it's just not fair. Like, let us, if as a female, like, I'd rather you take your time with getting in a relationship with me because you're not ready to commit just to me than to just cheat on me with all this invested in lying about it, because then that just breaks the trust, it breaks the communication. Like, being straightforward and being honest and being just about me is most important. But if you're not ready, it's cool. Just don't commit to me.
But shouldn't we have a real discussion about monogamy? Is it an African way of life? Is it an adopted way of life? Are we still low-key polygamous anyway?
I think that's definitely a conversation. I had a conversation with my friend earlier. Like, people are in relationships and they have open relationships. And that's because they created that open form of communication with each other. Like, hey, this is what we enjoy doing. We enjoy being with multiple people. This is what makes us happy. This will work for our marriage. But if you're going to go out and do it by yourself, and that's not something, you know, you not leaving options. Some people, you may be in a relationship with somebody who in their mind, they want to have this type of fun, but they may be nervous within themselves to say that, because then they may feel like you may think they're an unloyal person. So I just feel like you should definitely have a level of communication, because there should be no reason why you should be cheating or, you know, not leaving that forum open for discussion.
There should be no
reason why you should be cheating. I just need to. Does anybody here, female ego right now with a bullhorn, has any woman ever said to herself, I might not be enough for this dude? Mimi?
Well, I've never looked at it like me not being enough, but what I do look at it as is that sometimes, men are different from women. So they may like variety of different types of things. Maybe, the other person, they like certain things about that person. You know what I'm saying? And they may like that person for whatever those reasons are. I'm confident in who I am, but again, men like variety. Most of the brothers or people that I know, they normally cheat. I hate to say it. They tell me about it. They tell me who they're cheating with or what they're doing, and they're close to me friends, so that's why they're sharing. They don't date me. They're just sharing as a friend what they do. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times it's something missing. Like I said, they'll like one woman for one reason. Maybe she's great in bed. They'll like the other one because maybe she's great at business and she fellatios bomb. Or maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe this one lets him come over late at night and she doesn't ask questions. He can leave in the morning and she thinks they go together. But all they did was sleep together from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. and that's your man. But that's what they think.
Wow.
It's a certain type of person. Every person is different. I agree with them. I don't believe in cheating, but people cheat. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. And because there's more women than men have the variety to have a buffet. You know what I mean? A buffet could go down.
Yeah.
The buffet side of the game.
Listen, I'm not saying, because you have some people who will run to the polygamy argument and say we should have a gang of women. But in America, if marriage is a business, is an open marriage an open business? Like you bringing in different principles to the business? To me, that's harder to sell. Do you understand what I'm saying, Tiffany?
Yeah,
we got an open we got an open marriage, but marriage is a business.
Well, I think the trap there is that marriage is a business for people with money. Divorce is a business for our government for those who do not.
Ooh.
The real money for our government, it only costs $35 in most states for your marriage license. It don't really cost you any money to get married except that wedding, and that's what we sell socially. But divorce, on the other hand, anywhere between $300 and $500 to file per person. And that's just to start the process. That doesn't include filing fees and multiple appearances in court and attorneys. So the real money is made in divorce in America. Yeah. So if marriage is a business when you are like Rockefellers or you are families coming together like Kardashians and Kanye West and whatever, when you're forging legacies together. But other than that, a lot of people who practice monogamy like it because it does bring multiple income streams into a household. Yes. One woman might be the child care provider. One woman might be, a businesswoman bringing in extra income. And if that works for you, that's good. Just know yourself.
Sarah?
That's a tough one. Polygamy versus monogamy. I'm definitely the type of person where I value monogamy over polygamy. I do have quite a few guy friends, and as Mimi said, I see them cheating all the time, and I wonder if they would be happier in a polygamous relationship, or even if the women might be, because they know of each other. So it's interesting because with monogamy, I feel like you're able to confide in that person and really trust them, not even just on a physical level in terms of what they're doing out here in the streets, but then on a spiritual level and on an emotional level. I think there's just a different kind of connection with someone who you know is committed to you. And from there, I think you can build a lot more. I mean, I always say that I don't really have time to be thinking about whether or not you're dealing with a bunch of other women, because there's so many things we have the potential to do in our own relationship and new heights that we can achieve in that alone, that should be satisfying enough. At least that is for me. And so I really don't like the idea of having too many other, not even too many, just having anybody other than the person that I'm dating. Yeah. But I do understand the male's perspective as well, where they're like, I get bored over here, or this woman satisfies me emotionally, or this woman, she represents what I've always wanted, or what my parents want. But I think that, personally, I think that the most beneficial to your soul is to be monogamous.
You think so?
I do.
I agree.
I do. Yeah.
Why? Why do you agree?
I agree because it's an energy thing, and I feel like when you when you're sexually active with other people, or you're involving your spirit and soul with other people, it's everybody's energy and spirit's not the same. So you're sitting here involved with all these people, and then I just feel like when you do that in your personal life, certain things start going on, and then the energy's off, the vibe is off, because there's so many people involved in your energy,
I can
your
smoke
spirit.
a bag of that. Yeah.
And it's too much.
But there's a lot of thought activity going on out here.
And
there's a lot of women that got a lot of male energy in their spirit, because of that. Because of independence. Because of being able to take care of yourself. There's a lot of women who drive themselves crazy with a lot of male energy that they interact with, because they think those are part of the spoils that come from being this new 21st century black woman. So how do you reconcile that energy? How do you cleanse yourself of that?
I have a great friend that wrote a book, and it lives her life transparently. She actually just got married, but wrote a book about basically secondary abstinence. For her, the way to reclaim and to cleanse was to just be celibate for a period of time. And her book's called Recommitted. And it's all about not even on a spiritual level, she is a spiritual woman of God, but just on just outside of religion, but on a spiritual level, cleansing your body, your mind, your soul, unpacking yourself, and cleansing those other energies. What did having all those dicks really mean? Why were you doing that? I just did a Facebook Live about that too, and shared a journal entry from me, and that's it. As an independent woman, I think we've claimed the thoughtness as a reclaim of our sexuality. I can have as many dicks as a guy has vaginas, but what is that really serving? That's not proving anything at all to anyone, anywhere, or even yourself.
Yeah, and the double standard is still going to be there. Regardless.
Right.
So
Mimi?
Well, from experience, I really just feel like the less men that you date, the higher your stock is. Yeah. If you're walking down the street and everybody hit that, everybody can point that out, baby, that ain't no good, because nobody really trying to wife that unless he like hoes or he likes that all his homies hit you. Right. But at the end of the day, to me, you are more valuable when they like you and want you, and you haven't really crossed that line with all these different people. This makes you desirable. You're like the one that everybody wants now. I want to hit that too. She ain't let you, me neither, but everybody wants you. You feel me?
Maybe.
Less is better. What?
That's A.
Less is better, believe that.
I was going to agree. I think with having all these bad experiences, or just having different struggles and different experiences with a lot of men and a lot of failed relationships or whatever it is, it doesn't always serve as a benefit. Sometimes it does damage you emotionally, and it can damage you. So just chilling out and not getting involved with so many different type of men, and sometimes less is, like you said, less is more. You don't need to go through all of this stuff, because it can just mess it up, just mess up your mentality of how to progress. Cause everyone doesn't learn in the right way. People can take, I know people that say, well, I went through this and now I'm just you know what? Fuck this, and I'm gonna just be like this. It's that's not the answer, but they're so damaged that they don't know. They're just messed up in the head now.
I have a question for Yuzo though, because one of my friends who's a guy was telling me about this girl that he's dating, and she's very successful in terms of her education. She went to an Ivy League for law school. However, she was known as kind of around the way girl in undergraduate. And he said that a reformed hoe makes the best housewife. And he really meant it. He said they make the best wives. So I want to know, and even maybe to you too, maybe because I agree too that the less men, at least for me, I think the better, just mentally, all of that. But there are a group of men who, like my friend, who are saying that The reform hoe is the best one.
But guess what?
Can the devil fool a
Hey,
Muslim?
what's that
Well,
about?
not nowadays.
Right, but you know what?
I think.
But you know what? The thing is, you can be a hoe to your man. You can be a hoe to your man. Right. You don't have to be a hoe to the world. You know what I'm saying? If my man wants fellatio driving down the street, we want to get it off, or however we doing it, then I'm with that. But I'm saying if you're doing that with every dude you meet, you know what I'm saying, and they're having conversations, the world is small. You guys are a little younger than me, but I'm a little older, right? The world is small. And as you get older, baby, it's 1 degree of separation, all right? So you at the party looking all hot and everybody looking like, I hit that. They may hit you 10 different years in between, but they all said they hit that. That ain't really, that somebody still might come holler at you. They want to hit it too. But their intention with you is not the intention you want them to have. They may fall in love with the hoe that's in you. That's great. But the immediate attention is not to wife you. It's to lay you down, baby.
Speaking to the mic, Mimi. Just make sure you speak it to the mic when you drop in that real game.
Okay, I apologize.
So, I mean, my answer to that is simple. First and foremost, a lot of you guys are exhibiting the coping mechanism that comes from living in a patriarchal society. Men are intimidated by female sexuality. First and foremost, most men know. I mean, just look at it. Just look at just the stats. Women don't reach their sexual peak until 35.
Right.
Men, 18.
Mm-hmm.
So most men are aware, kind of like, well, I'm in this good prime piece of pussy.
Right.
So in a lot of men's minds, I won. I'm past my shit. You better get yours because I got to get mine. These are low-level mentalities. So when you have the majority of men who see just the act of having sex with you as a win, you see what I'm saying? Because most men, how many men know like the real stroke game or real sensuality or real intimacy or getting you to a space where you open all the way up? There's not a lot of motherfuckers who know about that.
Right.
So just being at the naked birthday party to most men is like, it's going down.
Right.
And I'm here. It's a party of two, my nigga. So at the end of the day, a lot of men walk away with, sometimes they can leave relationships thinking, at the end of the day, if I ever see her again, I can always say, right here on my belt, you are notched right here. There are a lot of men, that's the most they can claim in terms of a championship with regards to that relationship.
Right.
But now, when we start talking about meaningful relationships, now that shit is so rare, right? That shit is so otherworldly, that being able to just fuck and damn what happens after that, that's a great consolation prize for a lot of dudes. All right, cool. Shit didn't work, but you know what went down.
Right.
You can't undo
right.
the goo.
Right.
Undo the goo.
Wow.
You can't undo the goo.
No.
For a lot of men, that's what it is. So now I come back to the women. You said something earlier about, the women and everybody cheated on and blah, blah, blah. And the reason why I pointed out the female ego is because no one ever says, why did they cheat?
Right.
Why are they cheating on y'all? If it's a clan of y'all getting cheated on, what's wrong with y'all mentality? How are y'all magnetizing the cheater? I was just talking to a sister online the other day.
You know what?
who I haven't spoken to in 10 years. Oh, wow. But she reached out and was like, yo, you still doing the radio? Yo, you remember you coached me 10 years ago? I was like, damn, no. I just didn't remember. She's like, you changed my life. You said this, you said that. Then she opened up her Instagram and I was able to see. And I still didn't recognize her. And then I scrolled, you got to just scroll down weeks and weeks and weeks. And then I saw a picture of her at 27 versus 37. And I remembered the 27-year-old. I was like, aha. Hey, what's happening, my nigga? Where you been? And she was hitting me. This is why I developed this topic. Man, the last dude, he was a liar. And and it's easy to say he's the liar. But what in you attracts the liar? Women don't take time to go, I've attracted a liar. In what way am I lying to me? Yep. Lord. Like when you don't engage in, listen, you get what you are. I know a lot of women just don't want to hear that and don't want to live with that.
Right.
But you get it. If you got low self-esteem, the liar is coming.
Yes.
Why? Because you don't value yourself.
Right.
So if you're not connected to the real you, which has infinite value, but then I'm talking to her, it goes back to, well, my dad taught me to be this way and not to show any emotion. And then I said, well, really? You've created a mask. And how is a mask not a lie?
Right.
So you're interfacing with this mask on, I can't let them see me like this, or I can't break down, or I can't show weakness. It's a fucking mask if it's not true.
Right.
So then you come back and go, well, how did I get the liar? Because you're wearing a Halloween mask.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm saying for the 21st century sister, y'all got all of these intricate problems to deal with. Then you get hit with the urge to have a kid to bring into this world, because that shit happens. That shit happens, especially when y'all start feeling comfortable. Comfort's a motherfucker for women.
Right.
Because of your hormones, the way your hormones are designed. Estrogen, oxytocin. We building, my nigga. What are we building? And if you're in a position where you comfortable, where you vibing, having a kid is not an afterthought. How many women you know right now, if I laid down with you, that meant you were worthy enough that if we did have a child, if we did get pregnant, I'm going to keep it. Deal with that.
You gotta run me your question. Like run me.
Why do you think, in light of how the black community is structured financially, 2.6% of the nation's wealth, that's what we hold. Basically, we broke. 88% of the nation's wealth is in white people's hands.
Yeah.
Generational wealth. They got bread. We'll bring them on for sure. They got that. So how could you ever get comfortable in poverty to bring a child into that situation? Because you vibing.
Sometimes people be vibing and they're really not vibing, but it's working for them. So it's not really a vibe. It's just, it's working. It's comfortable. That's what it is.
I like that.
And sometimes females may be scared to like lose that comfortability, because like a lot of times, especially like with some certain friends I know who've been in a relationship for a long time, and like they're like, I'm kind of just over it. Like it's just, like I'm just not happy. I had a friend who was dating this guy and she was flying to other states to go see other dudes. I'm like, so why are you still with him? She's like, because like it's working for us, and we got our place together and So I think it's just a comfortability thing. And then especially if you may be with a person who's fine as wine, and you may be like, I'm gonna have a cute baby. And I have some friends who say that, like, he gonna make a cute baby, so you feel me? But it's just like, that's not really where you should be,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying. This is why I say it's such a problem. Then on top of that, how many of you guys really enjoy sex with a condom?
it's not that enjoyable with the condom.
Enjoyable, but still using it.
Yeah, but you have to use it. You have to use it.
I'm just saying, can we deal with it?
Yo, peace of mind is just so much better.
Right. Well, yeah.
Always.
Always. Your
For
body
real.
is your temple. So
Yeah.
you must take care of it. I mean, a one night stand is not, or whatever it is, it's not worth, your body.
Look at my face.
What?
Hey, look, they're very uncomfortable.
Yes.
But that doesn't, just because you're uncomfortable that's not what you should be doing. Like a lot of people, they're uncomfortable in grad school, but they're going to make sure they get across that stage with that degree, So it's the same thing. Like I'm uncomfortable, but we're going to use it.
You know how many women be like, fuck that condom? And I'm talking about sisters.
Oh, I know some.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I know some.
How many motherfuckers? I'm coming to you, angry Smurf.
No, because I got an excuse.
No, you
You're
don't.
allergic?
There are non-latex condoms.
That's what I was about to say, though.
Yeah, that's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but I'm saying that's why I don't like them. That's why I'm saying that's my excuse. But it's more so like I'll take that L. Like if I really want to, I'm not gonna not use one just because I'm allergic. Either I'll get if I don't have a non-latex one, I'm still just gonna.
Wow.
Just it's annoying, but.
Well,
Ladies and hold on,
sorry.
real quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason. There are a lot of female voices in here right now, and we're just trying to understand what it means to be a 21st century Black woman. A deeper look at some major issues facing the sister. Looking for a man who is equally educated, of the same race. Gosh, sitting in church, praying that God will give you one. How many sisters out there just waiting for God to deliver your man?
A lot.
323-230-4610. I mean, it's going down. Ladies, I have questions to ask you. What does manhood and womanhood actually mean to you? What is the purpose of it? Through the vehicle of intimate relationship, of course, but what are your definitions of it? What does it mean to be a woman? What does it mean to you to be a man? Are you equipped to even answer what it means to be a man? A lot of women will kick a man out of their lives and raise their son and teach him how to be a man without his father. Okay, cool. Mimi, what does it mean? What is your definition of manhood? What is your definition of womanhood? How do they relate when you guys come together and form an intimate relationship? Go deeper.
Well, I believe a man is a man who, first of all, is strong, smart, educated, communicates, faithful, worthy, someone who loves God. I love God. Somebody who you can actually count on and depend on. A person whose word is their bond. They're not just saying words. They mean what they say and they do as they say. A man that if he has children, he takes care of them. Even if he didn't want that child, you laid down and had it, so you should be that man. The same thing for a woman. You had a child, you should raise that child. It came out of your womb. You should be a woman about it. You should be a nurturer, a provider. Both people should be providers in their different way. Maybe he doesn't need her provision, but she should still be a person with something she provides. Nurturing, care, stability. She's faithful. She's communicating. When they come together, they become one, almost like an empire. So they can start doing things together. See, together they can do more. If she makes 100,000 and he makes 200,000, they have 300,000 now. Now they can go further, build, and do more things in their life. I think it's a partnership, a commitment, and something that you build and work at. It will not be perfect, but that's when you'll see your strengths and your weaknesses in that relationship.
Who ordered a bag of that? Because it needs to be smoked.
Right now.
I like. Tiff.
Oh my goodness.
Ram.
I think I don't have a definition. I would say manhood and womanhood together means complementary, companionship. I feel like the older I get, the less I really am definitive in that description, because depending on that person and, like we said, how you vibe or where we're at and what stage I'm at depends on what that looks like for me. Like, really just honesty and communication is key to me, because again, saying doing what you say changes, because sometimes you say something you didn't even know you didn't mean. You know, we break a lot of promises because we just didn't even know we weren't capable of meeting them. You know, like men will make hella promises to women, and it's not that they were lying to you. They just didn't realize that was beyond their capacity.
Do you think lies work better on women than the truth?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
That's why men get so far with you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you guys are fantasy-based creatures.
What do you mean? What do you mean by work better? Though? What do you mean by work better?
We're just saying, most people, listen, transactional relationships. I'm in it for something. Right? Most relationships are transactional. I keep telling you, if you guys want a spiritual relationship, you know you're not going to be doing a lot of shit, right? Because spirit is sedentary. Like if you're in the cosmic, galactic, unified field of all that is, of unlimited potentiality, you're inner. You're not outer. Motherfuckers ain't at Earth Cafe having a latte or some shit. You're not over there.
You can't have a latte if you're spiritual.
I'm just saying, like, if you understand the movement of African American relationships, and not just African Americans, but that's who's highlighted right now.
Right.
Our relationships is based on stimulation, doing shit. Here we are with the fucking, on IG, we in Jamaica. Do you understand? We lit out here on the beach, my nigga. Miami. Do you understand? Our relationships are stimulation based. They're not substantive. So when the stimulation runs out, so does the meaning for the relationship. Again, sisters, this is why I said, is the degree and going to school, is the campus the new church? Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, that's a new dogma you got that said you're important. Where's the internal dogma that understands you're important without the degree? How come sisters don't see the degree in context? You leave that motherfucker with the high major degree, but you also leave with high debt, which makes you anxious in the dating pool because now you got to find somebody that can take on you and the debt. Mm-hmm.
Wow, boss.
Do you see some of the shit that y'all got to...
Stop it.
What's this?
True or false, black women are suffering from stress, mental exhaustion, spiritual loss, depression, low self-esteem, and self-doubt. True or false?
True.
So now, that mask look good than a motherfucker, don't it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not speaking of you, Sarah.
Okay.
I graduated from Rutgers. I graduated from Auburn. I graduated from UCLA. Don't get famous. Don't put the famous sky blue and gold colors on it. UCLA, my nigga.
Right.
The #1 applied to school in the world. You got those 4 letters behind you. Oh, hold on, let's break it down. Let's set trip. Let's get 3 letters behind you. USC? We about to cardinal and gold you, my nigga? Private school. Do you see how that elevates the ego and allows you to put on a mask? You put on the mask, you attract the liar. Yeah. You attract the deceiver because you've deceived yourself and then turn around and blame him for coming.
Get off your high horse.
Right.
The phone lines is open. What you motherfuckers gonna do about it? What kind of relationship are you seeking?
People don't know that no more.
Yeah, go deep.
They don't know what relationship they're seeking. They're just seeking a relationship. They're like, as long as I'm with somebody, I get these cute little Instagram photos in, that's good enough for me. It's like people are just like, they don't have value in a relationship anymore. They don't have value in a bond between a man and a woman. It's more like I don't know, I starting to feel like it's like a show-off thing, like a competition. Like, well, my man just bought me, the brand new Beamer. Well, girl, my man just bought me this brand new mansion with 36 bedrooms.
Well, let's just keep it in context. You do know what a relationship is in context of capitalism. Yeah. it's a business.
It is, but it shouldn't. Yeah, it's a business, but why do you have to feel that way about when you're a true bond with somebody? Why do I have to feel like I'm in business with you?
Have you guys ever asked the question, why is love so rare?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's your answer? Why is it rare, Sarah? And then I'm coming right to Angry Smurf.
I don't think that. First of all, I think that we use love too often in the wrong context. I don't think when a lot of us define love, I don't think we're talking about unconditional love. We say love so much. I love these tacos.
So we've pimped
I love
it.
that person.
We've bastardized it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so for me, when I think of love, I think of like a deep appreciation and unconditional, just an admiration and you cherish the person. I mean, I think it's something that's so connected to your soul that when we say love, I don't really know if we know what it means.
Ooh, say more. Yes, deeper, deeper.
I don't think we really know what it means. I don't think we've really been taught. I mean, I know in the African-American household, there's so many broken families and even with the relationship with your mother, your dad, I mean, sometimes those are really the only relationships where we experience unconditional love. And even those are conditional in a lot of ways. So I don't know if we even really know what to look for. When it comes to love.
Yeah.
Wow. Is a relationship just another trinket or bauble to acquire?
Yeah.
That goes with your car and your apartment and all of the other things you have? Angry Smurf, go.
I think nowadays, yes, for sure. Just like what you were saying, how my friend is talking to this guy and he said, in his last relationship, he felt like it wasn't a real love because it was more so about showing off to everyone else what they were and what they both do, because they were both like, she's in like media, he's in music. She works at Forbes and he works with Epic Records. Like they both do a lot.
We're somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just like, we're a power couple. We're Jay-Z and Beyonce. And he's just like, my friend is none of that. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have all this money. She's not very like fancy. And he's like, I just like just you for you. Like, you're just a genuine person. Like their connection, just like their conversation was just, even from not even being with her for a long time, was way deeper than that 2.5-year relationship. Even, and they seem to be so happy in pictures, but having just a natural connection with someone, getting to know someone is just way more important. I feel like that's what relationships should be about, the relation with each other, not like the material or like the idea of like, oh, we're taking this trip over here. Look at us in Puerto Rico. That doesn't make you make a relationship. That's a friend that you spending money with. Like, you're not engaging. They don't have to take a trip anywhere, but just sitting in the couch is way more fulfilling than that trip to Jamaica they took, because of that person, that communication, the bond that they had with each other was way more important.
I love it. The ladies are bringing the what? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in to the Voice of Reason, the phone lines are about to get cracking. True or false, black women are dying from preventable diseases, social ills, and all types of shit. Heart disease, obesity, hypertension, HIV, AIDS, and physical violence are all preventable.
Yes.
Sisters are facing a lot.
Yes, we are.
Oh, my God. Sisters are facing
I think everybody just getting too comfortable. Like, people just get too comfortable with somebody. And then, things just start happening.
Gosh, this shit is about to get ugly. 323-230-4610. The Voice of Reason. How to be a 21st century black woman. A deeper look at some major issues facing black women today. Caller, you're on the line. Welcome to the Voice of Reason. You better speak on it before I hang up.
Me first.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Caller.
Yo, this is Greg from Atlanta.
What up, Greg from Atlanta? Speak on it, pimp.
Hey, question. What is unconditional love, man? Everybody has conditions. Even if it's a mother and child. Okay, if you cross a certain line, you got to get the hell out of my house. There's conditions to everything. If your mate is a raging crackhead or, got that monkey on their back and they stealing everything out the house because they got to get a fix of heroin, there's going to be a line when you say, look, I can't deal with this no more. So what is unconditional?
let me tell you what it is. And then I'm going to let the sisters answer that. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it, brother. So my second oldest brother is really like my dad, right? If you read my relationship dismount book, you'll see that story in there, right? He's really like my father. And this is a dude who himself didn't have his daddy. But he recognized when I was a kid, I was like 6 when I came back from foster care. I was 5. He recognized these niggas is cute. Some high yellow, green-eyed niggas here in the projects? Nah, I'm gonna have to teach these niggas how to just be animals. They gonna have to keep niggas up off of them. Can't just be walking around this motherfucker like little gumdrops of light. This is the fucking projects. Alton Park Projects in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He was like, I can't. I gotta protect these guys. So this motherfucker was making us fight our friends when we were 6 and 7. 5, 6, and 7, you know. But I bring him up because in recent years, he started drinking real heavily. Now, this is not his style. This motherfucker at 16, he one of them niggas that don't have to lift weights. He just buff naturally. So at 16, this nigga's built like Karl Malone. Without weights. Without weights, this nigga's 6'2", super athlete, boxer, football player, basketball, all the shit just natural. So this is the dude who got me in the hoop, got me playing, right? So in recent years, the motherfucker disappeared for like 5 years. When he came back, he got this issue with drinking. And he with this older woman. He's older, but he's with an even older woman. I don't want to put too much of his shit out because he's sensitive like that. But the motherfucking woman wants to involve everyone in the mess. Oh, call your brother, he drinking. And you're buying him the drink.
Boy Dexter.
Enabler.
So you're enabling this shit, but then
Right.
you want to pull me in. And if you can imagine having a brother that you look up to like Coolidge from The White Shadow, like Jim Brown. This is a Jim Brown type nigga.
Right.
I'm looking up to this nigga like he's a statue, Adonis. And I see him in a dilapidated state. So I'm heartbroken. So I go to the crib to get him, to confront him. This is unconditional love. Say, nigga, you got to leave that bottle alone.
Right.
Look at your family. Look at the motherfuckers who look up to you. Look at me. Look at your sisters. You got brothers. We all look up to you. You were the father figure when nobody had a daddy. You can't do this. Your nieces, your nephews, motherfuckers is watching you. You have this lore in our family. Come on, man. Do you understand? Unconditional love is I accept you regardless of your flaws.
That's it.
See, you can't really relate to nobody without the acceptance of who they are.
They really are.
Right.
So in relationships, most time you got motherfuckers thinking that their flawed ass are somehow relationship architects, that they can come in and build you when their whole structure is still under construction and poorly constructed.
Right.
You think your degree fixes the flaw in the foundation of how you relate?
Or your pockets.
Or your pockets or your wallet? Do you understand what I'm saying? So with unconditional love, just understand what that means. It means None of my relationship principles, ideas, concepts, beliefs, ideations, none of that shit got anything to do with the force that pulls us together. Unconditional love. Nigga, Jeffrey Dahmer's mama. That nigga ain't eating ass. Well, we're carrying black ass out of his apartment from his refrigerator. He didn't eat nobody. That's
Right.
my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Unconditional love is like that. The conditions come from the culture, from the society in which you live. The conditions are part of the matrix. Social stability. You live in a society that's competitive, that's opportunistic, that's selfish, that's greedy. This is why most people don't experience unconditional love until they have a fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes, because of the social template in place, that kid becomes the bane of your existence because we rely more on the social template than the unconditional love that brought him into being. Ah, shit. Jesus. Am I saying this is all bad? No. Is it bad to send your kid to the best schools? No. Is it bad to get your kid the greatest education? No. Is it bad to set your kid up to win in society? No. But if that's all you are, you're raising a transactional motherfucker, a social mercenary. You live in that kind of society, right? You don't live in a meditative, introspective, peace, blissful, samadhi kind of society. You don't live there. You live in, you better eat that nigga's lunch. Because if you don't eat his lunch, he damn sure gonna eat yours.
Dog eat dog.
So you sitting here trying to have unconditional love and looking for the one in a society that's based on harvesting from each other.
Savage.
Mm-hmm.
Caller, you're on the Voice of Reason. This shit is getting crazy. Caller, speak on it.
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening, pimp?
Oh, not much. Jack from Honolulu.
Jack from Honolulu. This nigga is such a regular. He just be like, "Yep, it's me." How you doing? I'm back. Jack from Honolulu.
Yeah, man.
All right, so what's up?
Oh, not much. I was listening to the show. I can't really speak on what it is to be a black woman in the. Well, I feel I shouldn't speak on that because I'm not a woman. I'm a man. But back to the whole unconditional love thing, that I can touch on because that all starts at home. It all starts from how your parents discipline you, whether or not they really understand why they're disciplining you or how they discipline you. They're perpetuating what society's pushed out as conditions. So you're thinking, if I don't get these good grades, if I don't get good grades, if I don't do what my mom or dad tells me, then they don't love me, when that shouldn't be the case. And then that filters on, to kids growing up into adults, not really having that self-love they need, that self-love and that self-knowledge that they need to bestow unconditional love upon other people.
Wow.
So it's an ugly cycle, but I mean, a lot of the things starts at home. So.
Wow. Good shit, man. I appreciate the call. Thanks
Yeah, no
again.
problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, you tuned into the Voice of Reason. It's going down. I got a hell of a topic in here. The ladies have been stumped. True or false? According to Forbes, black women are the fastest growing branch of entrepreneurs in America.
Yeah, because
That's right.
They got their minds together.
How does this stat affect their relationship goals?
Well, if they're really concentrating on their careers, then they're concentrating on that. And of course, if they have a relationship, then hopefully they have a mate that's helping them build onto their career and yet still they're able to have a healthy relationship. So there's like a happy medium. There's like, you got to give your all to the relationship, but here's this business or this job that she has. And so he can't be the person like, oh, why do you always have to go to work? Oh, and he's laying in bed trying to get you to stay in bed and not head to that meeting. So you need someone to build with you that believes in you, and you guys can be that team, but he understands and she understands.
I smoke all of that. But you know what my problem with that is?
What?
That is for grown-ups.
Right.
Exactly.
People who have overcome themselves.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're right.
You don't get a healthy relationship until you overcome whatever is unhealed.
Right.
So a lot of people is running away from the unhealed situation in search of the healthy relationship. You're unhealthy. A lot of people in intimate relationships, and Sarah, you can speak to this. A lot of people in unhealthy relationships searching for the healthy relationships is kind of the same as lifting weights while eating donuts.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Like you exercising, but you eating poorly. And you think by doing what you're doing, like you got the job, you got the education, you got everything. You think because you have those things that leads to a healthy relationship. No, you can't have a great relationship until you overcome yourself.
Right. I agree.
Sarah?
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. However, if you do have qualities about yourself that you're working on, I think it's okay to work through them in a relationship, but it's like you have to be aware of them and you have to dedicate yourself to growing, or else how else will you know that you even have those?
But that's what relationship is designed for.
Right. But you have to be dedicated. You have to be dedicated to the growth, and you have to explore yourself and be willing to take a look in the mirror.
Yes.
Wow. I could smoke a bag of that. I really can.
And even in younger...
No, go ahead. You good. You finish your
I feel like even in younger age, like now that I look back to high school and stuff, like a lot of times when I was younger, dating relationships, or just when I was younger, everything was like anything that happened, I know I could run to my mom for, or I could run home to my parents for that comfort. So I feel like a lot of times when we grow up, our parents, I don't want to say our parents kind of like
shelter
buffer.
You.
Yeah, they buffer things and make a foggy reality in your life, and that leads over into your relationships because everything was so foggy growing up and nothing was, clean cut. I had a lot of clean cut. My mom kept it real, but sometimes some things was foggy to me. So like a lot of stuff that I'm experiencing now, I'm like, wow. And then my sisters and brothers was like, that's because you were sheltered and mom didn't let you see a lot of things, So I feel like that's a lot of times, you have to like keep it clear mirror, keep it everything open, tell your kid what it really is.
So really quickly, people are asking me on Twitter, Zoe, what is a healthy relationship? You want the real answer to this shit?
Yes.
Two healthy people relating.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
That's what the fuck it is.
That's it.
Right.
See, a lot of people think that you can make a relationship healthy by what you do.
Yeah.
It's not by what you do, it's who you are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I always say there's a difference between doing and being.
Yeah.
Right.
Super.
Niggas want a book that tells you what to do, but doesn't show you how to be.
Right.
Exactly.
See, when you lock into the being of a person, you're now at the crossroad of acceptance or rejection.
Yeah.
Do I accept them for who they are, or am I about to sit here and try to chisel them into some shit?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't chisel me into nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
You not even finished being chiseled and
Right.
polished.
But take it a step further. What does it mean to be a healthy being?
Let's go back to Confucius. He who conquers 1,000 men is powerful, but he who conquers himself is great. A healthy being is one who accepts their own infirmity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm a poor communicator. I will go internally to correct, but I can't correct what I haven't observed.
Yeah.
So first let me observe who I am and how I interact, and then let me critique that objectively.
Woo.
Right. That's it.
Yes. I love that.
Love it.
Most people are not doing that.
They're not. They're not.
So when we talk about health, we're talking about the acceptance of internal illness. That's the first step to health. within a person,
Mm-hmm.
right? Acknowledging what you bring to the table that could be detrimental to the person you're trying to interact with.
Or it could be a good thing.
Right? It's going to, listen, relationship, as I say in the relationship dismount, is a reflective classroom. It is designed to reflect back to you the bullshit that you are. That is your personal curriculum. Those are your textbooks. But we're used to doing this when we see that. That's some shit you doing. Look at you. Look what you've done. No.
Look
No.
what you have done.
This is you because you're a co-creator of this experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do? Because this is philosophical and metaphysical and spiritual, we rely on the social.
Yep. And everybody else doing.
So go back to quantum mechanics. In quantum mechanics, you have the atom, right? The atom is still in classical mechanics, meaning physical shit. But you start going into the atom, you find out it's 99% empty.
Yeah.
The more you go in, subatomic, nuclear, subnuclear, that shit don't behave the way the physical world does. Yeah. So look, watch this. Society is the atomic side, the physical side, the structure side, the rules, the conditions. But on the spirit level, those rules don't apply. They just don't. Yeah, the scientists go, well, subatomic and subnuclear, it's not intuitive. Whereas in the Matrix, we can predict how shit's gonna be. This is why I be telling women, stop fucking with trust. You can't predict love and how shit. First off, you two motherfuckers is growing at two different rates.
To be honest.
What this motherfucker get may take you 6 months to get.
Right.
What you get may take this nigga 2 years to get.
And probably never get it.
And because y'all together doesn't necessarily mean y'all gonna get it together.
Right.
But you got a limiting belief that says because we together, we supposed to understand together. I can't see for you.
That's it.
Boss.
That's it.
Getting that good knowledge.
Drop them jewels.
That shit is fucked up. I'm sorry. But I be trying to help people so they can understand.
But people don't want to understand. People think their way is the best way, Like even me, myself, I had to reflect on myself for a little while. And I noticed like a lot of times I would think somebody is really attractive and I'm really into them. And then I'll just be like, then I'll look at them in a different setting. And then I'll be like, wow, I'm not attracted to them. But since I gassed them up and made them feel so good, now I feel obligated to stay there and continue the gas. So then I'm still gassing here. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to still gas you, but you feel me? Like, So I had to self-reflect on that. And I had to notice that about myself. Like, you really just be gassing people when you're over them. You just be gassing still. Because you don't want to hurt their feelings.
Right.
You know what? One of my favorite philosophers, he's an Indian. Well, he passed away, but his name is Osho.
Osho.
You know Osho. And I have a quote here, if you don't mind. So I think it speaks to what you're saying and also what you're saying about the ego. And he says, when you fall in love, watch and be alert, because people often love the appreciation or the attention that's given to them. However, this is narcissism. The man then becomes, for example, if he's in love with the woman, the man becomes a pool of water and reflects the woman, and the woman becomes a pool of water and reflects the man. In fact, the pool not only reflects the truth, but decorates it in 1,001 ways and makes it look more and more beautiful. This is what people call love. This is not love. This is mutual ego satisfaction.
Wow.
Yes.
Gotta love Osho.
Smoking a bag of that.
Yes.
So why am I having this conversation? Sisters, you're going to have to renounce the narrative that's being force-fed. You're not as important as you think you are as it pertains to society. You're actually more important.
Definitely.
Do you see where I'm going with that? Like, society doesn't make you important. Societal gains and accolades, they're fine, but they don't make you important.
Right.
Yes. Oh, Hallelujah, Jesus.
So that self-importance, that arrogance, that ego that you've gotten through accumulation, you take into your relationships. Acknowledge my status, nigga.
Yeah, that's what it's about now. It's put some respect on my name. That's how people really see it, you know? I have to flaunt what I got, you feel me? And if I flaunt what I got, then I'm going to get exactly what I got. And exactly what you got is not really good, honey, but you just don't see that.
Wow. Caller! You're on the Voice of Reason. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it!
What up, Zoe? It's Brandon from Cincinnati.
Brandon from Cincinnati. Let's get busy.
First and foremost, I just want to say I just finished the relationship dismount. That joint was nice, man. You did your thing in that book.
You underdig? Do you underdig?
Yeah, I just want to let all you guys know if you know going through a breakup, you're an emotional wreck, thinking about going on the shooting spree, put the gun down and get that book, man. It'll help you out.
Wow.
Yeah, for real, man. I'm getting tired of seeing these simp ass niggas going on shooting sprees over women. On another note, I got a question I want to ask you because I got a kind of a bone to pick with you over some of the stuff you said tonight.
Okay, cool. Go there. Let's do it.
I got a 4-year-old daughter that I'm raising, and I kind of hear you kind of downplaying college degrees and saying I don't know if you intentionally saying it or am I just, picking up on your words. You kind of like devaluing degrees. And my question to you is like, if the degree ain't the answer for women in the 21st century, what's the alternative? Because some of the alternatives I've seen are the IG modeling, escorting online, going to Dubai and getting pissed and shitted on for money. What are the alternatives if that college degree ain't the alternative? Because
you ready for it?
I don't see.
You ready?
Yeah.
First off, let me clarify. I'm not downgrading. I'm saying it's not the end all, begin all. So you guys remember Antonio Moore was on the show.
Yes.
I'm not saying a good education is bad. I got a kid in college right now. I got another daughter. My daughter is getting ready, to finish her senior year in high school. She wants to go to USC. We're working that deal out. I got a cousin who just graduated from USC. We trying to get her in. So let me just say, I'm not downgrading the degree. What I'm saying is, Antonio Moore broke down a stat that I thought was exceedingly important. The average African-American woman who has a degree also comes with minus $11,000 in debt or $11,000 in debt. The woman who doesn't have a degree, African-American, has zero debt. My thing is, you can raise a highly intelligent, articulate, incredibly smart and resourceful young lady, and she doesn't necessarily have to go the college route, but a route that I believe she has to go, and if you support her with this knowledge, is entrepreneurialism.
Yes.
So I'm not shitting on the degree. Like my kid, he's at Fresno State in business finance. Why is he in business finance? Because most people don't like math, especially African Americans. They don't like math. It's kind of fucked up. There are some great, mathematicians out there that are black, but for the most part, there are a lot of motherfuckers with a degree in business, and it's business marketing, business promotions, and the real money is in business finance. Because now you can go build financial systems for any company all over the world.
That's right.
So I'm not shitting on it. Just understand, like, if you get a lightweight ass degree, first off, what college are you going to? Because there's racism in the college. And when I say racism, maybe I should say classism. Because a kid busting her ass, we already know the HBCUs are turning out some of the smartest people in the world. But those job guys are not only looking at the name and how it's pronounced to see if it's black, they're also looking at the crest of the school. I'm going to take this motherfucker from Harvard before I take this really brilliant motherfucker from Hampton.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's an uphill kind of battle in it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying there's baggage that comes with that road. Now, what black people need, black people can't go to the government for jobs. Black people should go to themselves for jobs.
Right.
But the only way to do that is to do what this sister did down in Compton and open up a goddamn grocery store where she can hire some. Entrepreneurialism is one answer. Is it the best answer? Probably not. Is it the only answer? Certainly not. But I'm just saying, like college and education, there has to be a plan for the family has to understand there has to be a plan going into college.
Yeah.
It can't just be we chose the college and
it ends there.
You got black people who are happy. Well, this is the first person to graduate. And look at you.
Right.
Nah, my nigga. There's got to be strategy going into the college.
Right.
There has to be a plan doing that.
Yeah.
So, I'm not just trying to marginalize it because we already know the returns on the college degree is higher for white people than it is for blacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Period.
I have a stat for that. So 36% of African American women who works full time, which is the majority of it, are women who have undergraduate degrees. Their median earnings is $33,780. So even with a college degree, you're looking at about $38,000 a year, and this is the norm for most African American women who have degrees. Also, to that point, the women who have degrees, as you mentioned, or you have to think about the degrees that you're getting. So most, there's been a lot of statistics coming out about how African American, the black woman, is the most educated group in the United States, which is true. However, that doesn't include leadership positions, management positions, and positions in business and finance, as you mentioned. So a lot of these jobs are service jobs. So women are getting undergraduate degrees and then working service jobs for $38,000 a year.
Wow.
So while you can get a college degree and get a good degree from a good school, you have to think about the return that you're going to get on the industry that you're going into.
Wow. Wowzer. It's not like a bunch of sisters is out there just turning out engineers.
Right.
We turning out assistants.
Right.
My mom's a civil engineer.
That's your mom.
I'm just saying, it happens.
There's
women in engineering school.
I'm not saying that there isn't. That's not the point that I'm making. What I'm saying is we're not turning them out in droves.
No, I agree.
In order to make that impact, we take in the cute cosmetic degree.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna beat your face.
You know what I'm saying? We got to have a degree that has weight. Yeah. Who's leaving college with an agricultural degree?
Right.
Who's leaving college with a quantum mechanics, quantum physics degree?
Or science and technology.
Technology.
Silicon Valley, that's
Right.
where all the money is, and that's where all the money is going to be in the next 10 to 20 years. Just listen to Elon Musk.
So that's why I'm saying, that's what's bothering me. We got to stop with the cosmetic. We got to stop with the mask. Oh, I got a degree, which means I tell you what to do. I'm independent. I got my own situation. Hey, all this shit is superficial unless you're doing some real meaningful shit. Unless you're in class on some real shit. When my son transferred from Auburn, the guy looked at his transcript and was surprised at Fresno State. He said, oh, he was taking real classes. Yeah, because a lot of athletes is taking bubble gum and getting an A. These motherfuckers is getting awarded 4.0s and all this. This nigga took bubble gum, literally, Hubba Bubba Gum as a course. I'm just saying, they taking some fluff.
Right.
So when he saw, oh shit, he took microeconomics. Okay. He taking real classes. So again, if we're gonna go the college route, let's listen. The Jews had a plan all along. How many times you heard the Jewish, either you're a doctor or a lawyer? Because they understood what those fields represented.
Exactly.
And how you can corner a market by being the best of the best in that particular, either a doctor or a lawyer. Or an accountant.
A money lender.
Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? I got an uncle that's a civil engineer. He built a fucking freeway in Pasadena. I got a cousin who's 2 years younger than me. He's a lawyer and an engineer. Wow. Graduated from LMU for law and USC for engineering.
Wow.
That's just one cousin. I mean, I got niggas that are like that. His daddy is an engineer, graduated from UCLA. His brother graduated from UCLA. His daughter is a doctor, graduated from UCLA. So, if you gonna do it on the education side, don't do it on the fluff side, is what I'm saying. So that's what I was trying to explain to the brother. Is he there? Did we lose him? Okay, he's gone. Caller. Next caller. You're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Do we have another one? Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
Hey, Zoe, this is Joe Vaughn calling from Long Beach.
Joe Vaughn from LBC. Now you know you in trouble. What's up, man?
Man, you guys are touching on a serious topic that needs to be discussed within the black community. First off, let me start with this. I mean, we're trying to get degrees in a corrupt system, right? I know so many people that is bartending with bachelor degrees, washing dishes with master degrees. Now, with that said...
Uber out this motherfucker.
Lyft.
There's so many people that's actually, like, society set up where they try to tell us, they pitch this facade telling us that, hey, you know, you guys go to school, you know, get good grades, and then get a degree, and then you'll get this good job. But what they're not telling everybody is that melanated people, or like Corey says, people kissed by the sun, we're not getting those type of opportunities. What it is we're getting those degrees, we're kicking ass, we're getting higher grades than all the other kids, right? And then we're graduating, and then when we go to those interviews, we're not getting the job. We're getting, if we do get the job, we're getting the janitor job. We're getting kicked down to the curb just because we're melanated, right? And so what I say is, I mean, it's all good and well to get educated, you know, and get degrees, but at the end of the day, you're trying to go and do everything the right way, straight and narrow, in a corrupt system. I mean,
hey,
how is that possible?
Hey, I could smoke a whole bag of that. That's Krishnamurti. It is no measure of good health to be fully integrated into a sick society. That's been my little. I'm gonna make a T-shirt out of it. Fuck it, and just rock it. Hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. This is why I'm trying to speak to sisters in such a way. I'm not trying to marginalize education. Okay, education is important. Krishnamurti also said education never ends.
Ever.
Never.
Oh, you can educate yourself every day.
Yes. I read, study, learn, question, doubt. Do all that. Teach your kids to doubt.
Yep.
Doubt is one of the best shit you could teach a kid. Question the fuck out of everything. Don't you accept a fucking thing until you have a direct experience of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm trying to say to women. You're subject to fantasy. How you gonna be one of the most educated, well-educated genders in America and not know that as a people, we're only worth 2.6% of the nation's annual wealth? We only control 2.6% of that. For every dollar earned, the black community gets 7 cents of wealth. Excuse me, 6 cents of wealth. How the fuck can you and Beyonce upgrade us? What is your degree doing to upgrade us, my nigga?
Right.
And the most educated people I know never went to college.
Let me look at Malcolm X. My father told me, unless you become an entrepreneur, you will always remain a slave.
Wow. Yeah. Right. Come on, Dad.
Right.
Thank you, Father. My dad's an entrepreneur.
On the pop side of the game. What's up, Pops?
Exactly.
And I was thinking about that on my drive over here because I knew we were talking about like relationships and what black women expect of men. And I realized that the last 3 men that I've dated have all been entrepreneurs. And I don't know if that's by coincidence or if it's just because of my desire to do the same. But I think it's interesting because it's very true. Unless you work for yourself and you can employ other people in your community. I mean, it's like you're saying, you're just gonna, and like our caller said, I think you'll just kind of remain in this corrupt system and remain a slave.
You're gonna be a perpetual renter.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna own any property.
Mm-hmm.
What, black people own 1% of the property in the United States of America?
Wow.
Did you not know that if we're in relationship together, we are in business together?
Exactly.
Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean because we're in business, we're going to be a successful business? What makes a successful business? Okay, first we got to write a business plan. And then once we write the business plan, because most of the business plan is coming from imagination, we got to put that motherfucker down for a few days and then come back and check it for bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Logical fallacies. This is fantasy. We got to get this up out of the business plan.
Yeah.
Then put it down again for a few more days, walk away from it, come back, and then check it for fear. Check your business plan for fear. Because you can write fear into your business plan and thus doom that motherfucker right on paper. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm preaching today. Am I preaching?
You're supposed to preach.
Preach.
These people need to be preached on.
I didn't mean to preach today. Hallelujah. Hold it the buckle check. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Lord. For they know not what they do. But the sisters are in trouble because I always liken sisters to that young kid who just got into the NFL or the NBA. Overnight, you're a millionaire. Let me go get this Benz. Overnight, you're there. But there's a cognitive dissonance. You don't know money. You don't understand wealth. You don't know how to build wealth. There's just, shit, I'm out here. You know?
And then you go broke.
Then you go broke. Sometimes the sister has to understand me having this expanded role in society is yes, one of the negative byproducts of it is I'm adversarial towards men, or men are adversarial towards me, or we're adversarial towards each other. That's one of the negative byproducts. It's a weak motherfucker who's afraid of a strong sister who is educated, who is an entrepreneur, who's building a life, who's building a fucking reality. If a nigga's scared of that, he's gay. But at the same time, women have to acknowledge the increased testosterone in them from dealing in this society. Back in the day, she used to be at the crib. Now she's in the office.
Or in the limelight.
Or in the limelight. Studio. Or doing her thing.
You know?
So there's a certain level of machismo that women are now displaying.
That's right.
And she has to be aware, like, this devalues my femininity. Speak on it. You disagree. Say more.
I mean, I agree. I'm saying that's not cool, though. Well, I feel like it shouldn't, because we're doing things that we're not just being a housewife. Now we're more, like, less feminine. Like that shouldn't be the case, but it is in societies. So that's already another stigma that women have. It's like, yes, we get an education, but they don't want us, the black African American female in this company. So yeah, I'm gonna pick the white. If I'm gonna pick a female, it's gonna be white over you. So that's why it's like you can get the education, but they say there's Instagram models with college degrees because they had to, like how a guy can be an NFL player and make millions overnight. That's how women can. They found a way to do it through other ways because it's like we're not given that same opportunity, and that's the issue because it's all. Why is it a woman in power seem more masculine? Why does she have to come off that way? Like that I agree with it, but it doesn't make sense.
Well, no, there are certain women who have power that come across like a woman. Veronica Conway, very powerful sister, but comes across as a woman. You guys, how many times have you heard a woman say, "Suck my dick"?
Yeah.
The perfect example of testosterone driving this motherfucker crazy, freedom and power driving this motherfucker. Suck my motherfucking dick. If I had a dick, no disrespect to Monique, because Monique got a great point when she said that. Like, a lot of people don't understand, and I digress for a second. A lot of people don't understand that in Hollywood, actors, actresses are always paid less than their white counterparts. Mm-hmm. Always. I remember back in the day, my mother, rest her soul, Rose, I love you, baby. She loved Touched by an Angel. Remember that television show?
Yeah, I like so.
She loved the shit out of that show. Like, if you come in the house, that shit on, you better shut the fuck up. You don't want to miss a syllable of that script. Hey, what was the other one with Michael Landon as the angel? Oh, yeah. You remember that one?
Yeah, what is that?
I forgot that shit. What was that called?
Walker, Texas Ranger?
She loved that shit too.
Oh,
God
okay.
damn.
I love that show too.
God damn. But did you know Della Reese was getting paid? She's a star of the show.
Like an eighth.
Touched by the
It wasn't
angel.
even a little bit. It was
She was
like
getting-
significantly large amounts, like missing zeros.
That white lady that was backing up Della Reese. Della Reese was a way bigger star than her. Getting paid way less. So Monique has a valid point. How niggas gonna blackball other niggas?
Right.
That part. How does... Because niggas need their egos assuaged. Both men and women. Yeah. And these motherfuckers claiming to be spiritually sound. Mimi, you have a point. I see it.
Well, back to the Willie Lynch. So, even with black people, it's like a crawdad syndrome in some ways. I mean, there's some black people that help build one another up. And then there's a society of black people that try, say, for instance, all your friends don't have a job. The first one to get the job, the other ones are kind of hating. It's kind of like they're not going to help you get that job. Where if a Hispanic gets a job, and I'm not being racial, I'm just saying the facts, they'll try to bring their family in. By the time you look up, it's 20 Hispanics, and the one black person that got the job, they didn't reach out to not one person in their neighborhood, not one person that they knew that was qualified for their job. As a matter of fact, they made sure they didn't tell them about the job openings, but the Hispanic person, the other races, they let them know, and that's a problem.
Wow. That TV show was called Highway to Heaven.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aubrey. Aubrey just texted
did it
me.
for you.
I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Shit. True or false, African American women are earning college degrees, but there are still way too many black girls and women without high school diplomas.
Yes, because they are lacking at home. They are lacking. That's why.
How many black women are in financial position to take care of a sick or aging parent or relative? Like, it's real shit facing y'all.
I would say literacy. Like, we want to talk about all of the high achieving women and that we're one of the most educated groups of people, but we also represent one of the highest illiteracy rates in the country still. And still the highest education gap, and it's not going away. Like, it's statistically, no matter how you want to manipulate it, like a 1 percentile, like, we aren't reading.
But Tiffany, this is what I need you to do. I need you to check women, our sisters, on their wild ass hypocrisy.
True.
How the fuck we got 2.6% of the nation's wealth, but all of y'all want a baller?
Exactly.
Or all y'all
you need
want
to become your
everything.
own baller.
I want to check the hypocrisy, and we want to be materialistic, but we don't have any money.
Yeah.
Like, we want to have things and have no money. Like,
how, Sway? You ain't got all the answers. No, I'm just...
You ain't got no money either.
I'm going to be real. Like, people need to stop shopping at department stores and go to Goodwill if that's what your paycheck shows. If that's the money you have, why are we so worried about fronting what we don't have and perpetuating, intergenerational poverty because we want to look what white people have? Just wear that stuff from the Goodwill.
But why does what white people have get y'all pussy wet?
I mean, I'm not one of those girls, but
yeah, I don't know.
I get to them, it gets them wet because it represents security, but they're chasing the wrong people to get it and the wrong ways to get it instead of getting it for themselves.
I think it may be also...
I blame y'all for why Bow Wow is out here lying.
Why he shot Moss?
Because he did that. He did that for some woman.
No, that's
not our fault.
No. He did that because he used to be lit and he's not anymore.
I'm just saying, tell me. I'm just saying,
And-
if nobody figured it out, if nobody proved him wrong, would he have gotten some pussy from that post?
I mean, he did anyways. Let's just say catching him fronting didn't stop his swag game. He still has more money than the average black man in the game, and he still smashed one, if not two hoes that same day.
But we need to be honest. We need to be honest. This is why men front. We front for that pussy.
But you know what? They front for the pussy, but they also front for each other. It's like
That's
in the
true.
club,
Okay, that's true.
when you see a group of guys, I got a group of friends,
I
they
can
make
smoke
it
them like
rain. You know what I mean? They like, watch what I do now. They go to the bar and go
I
get
agree,
$500 worth of ones, and they want to be that nigga to make all the money rain.
I
And then
agree.
another group of niggas say, oh shit, I got more money than him, and they get more ones, and they make it rain. And then it's a
I agree.
competition of who got the biggest nuts in the
I agree.
house. Right?
But the biggest nuts always lead to nutting.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? Absolutely. He's gonna nut at the end of the night, right? The ladies are looking at who's throwing the dollars up, and if they're like that, then that's what they're gonna do. Try to get with them. But
I feel like a lot of times girls aren't that hard to get. Like, you know what I mean? So the more you stunt, the more you're doing it just to show off for another guy, because that's all it is. My dad even admitted to it. He was like, I always wanted to, like, cause he kept driving a Benz and a BMW and all this other stuff, going back and forth. I was like, why you? It's just you. Why are you getting all these expensive cars?
It's just you.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, you don't, like, I don't understand what's going on. But he was just like, he admitted that, like, he just wanted to show off for when he pulled up to his homie's house and like, oh, look what I'm driving. It wasn't even for the female, because a girl was gonna fuck with him just off the strength of him. It didn't matter.
Right.
Let's get these last callers in. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it. Caller. Jesus. Okay, we lost him. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from? Speak on it.
Yo, what up? Hustle from Miami.
Hustle from Miami. You're okay. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Oh, TDJ. Sorry. Go ahead, Hustle. Speak on it.
Hey, man. Hey, first I want to say the Relationship Discount is a great book.
I don't know what the relationship discount is, but the relationship dismount, my nigga.
That's it right, yeah. How many of these relationships out here over Christ, you feel me?
You under dig?
It was so good he couldn't pronounce it.
I got a question, man. Hey, do you think that we're in relationships with ourselves?
Of course.
And if we are, do you feel like some of us should break up with ourselves?
Hell yeah. That part. That's what it's designed for.
Yeah, man. It's like we walk around talking about keeping it real and all this, but it's almost like a preconceived notion of what real is. And when you have that idea, you're kind of limiting yourself to finding the true reality. So I just challenge people, break up with yourself for a day and see what that takes.
And see what that shit look like, man. I appreciate it. Hustle! Hustle in the building. That nigga told you to break up with yourself. Most motherfuckers is like, nigga, that's the only nigga I know. I ain't fucking leaving me.
Right. Okay.
As fucked up as I am, nigga, I'm holding on to me, my nigga.
Okay. I love me.
Wow, this show has been amazing. What y'all gonna do?
I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna say hello and I'm gonna say goodbye.
No, I'm serious though. Like, what are you gonna do about the future? If there's two things you could change about yourself, what would it be right now?
My patience and my integrity.
Ooh, that was heavy. You my nigga. Right now? My nigga? My nigga. He said my patience and my integrity. God damn, that's
some real facts.
That's some championship
I'm
belt type
reflecting.
shit right
that
here.
Relationship dismount book been working.
You under dig? Angry Smurf. Oh shit.
I was gonna say no. I definitely need more patience, and I definitely need to be more selfish.
Patience and selfishness, just like a fucking Pisces.
No, I'm not saying.
Okay, cool.
Don't be. I hate that Pisces shit.
It's too late, nigga.
Whatever.
You're famous.
But I definitely I always put other people before myself, and I end up always hurting myself by doing that. So I feel like it's okay for me to like say like no to people.
No, you actually, that is a good thing to have.
Yeah.
Just being so giving and to the point where you just burn yourself out
Exactly.
and you give until you ain't got nothing else. That's actually really good advice. Somebody heard that and that changed somebody. You know, just giving to the point where you dried up.
Yeah.
You need self-care in that
self-care,
situation. Yeah, that's great. I fuck with you too. You done came through. I see you. What up, little fish? My nigga on the fish side of the game. Let's do a fish fry. Okay, cool.
I don't
Sarah,
like fish.
how you Pisces don't like fish? Okay, cool. Sarah, 2 things. You had time, shit.
I know. I was thinking, like, I don't want to say the same things, but honestly, the same thing. Just saying yes to the needs of the person that I'm dating. We're talking about relationships, right?
Right.
Specifically,
Just 2 things you could fix about yourself.
Yeah, I would try to. What I'm trying to do is learn the difference between being selfless and also, still making decisions for the benefit of yourself. I think I can get kind of lost on that line of I really care for them and therefore I'm willing to sacrifice. But sometimes you don't always need to sacrifice. You need to focus on yourself. You need to do things for you.
That's good.
So that's one. And then the other one is that I'm impulsive. And I think that's part of my Aries trait.
Yeah.
So I get excited about who I'm dating really quickly, and I need to just remember that
Slow down.
Time is everything, and getting to see who they really are through the 4 seasons.
Well, okay, shit. We need burn some sage. Through the 4 seasons. Tiffany. 2 things.
2 things.
Here
I would
we go.
say I would slow down. Just slow down, or just break altogether. And also, I just had it too. Where was it? It was in there. It's in here. Oh, Jesus. Brain fart. I had it. I swear to God, I had it.
I'll come back to you.
Thank you. Jeez Louise.
My girl, Mimi.
Well, I need to learn to not shake old problems from one relationship and bring it to the other relationship. So just because one guy cheated don't mean that guy gonna cheat. So I have to look at a person for whom they are and not who I expect them to be.
Wow.
Ooh, hallelujah.
Somebody growing up in this motherfucker right now. Shit. Tiffany, did you find it? That was big.
I'm disappointed. I didn't find it, but I guess I'll think of something else on the fly.
That's not good.
No, I mean, I'm in a place of ever changing, so there's plenty of things I can change about in relationships. So definitely, similarly, is taking the time to actually hear what other people want for what they mean, not my perception of how I think they mean it. So, if you tell me you like cars, okay, you like cars, not you like cars that are like this type because you're this kind of person. I'm not going to put my extra on it. When you tell me something, I need to just take it for what you told me it is.
So now I'm going to wrap it. We got to stop turning everything into a messiah.
Mm-hmm.
Obama's not the messiah.
Mm-hmm.
Great education isn't the messiah, right? Opening a business isn't the messiah. But when you start adding a bunch of great things together and you got a bunch of things working towards the same goal, now you're doing something. See, black people go, oh, well, I got a degree and that's going to save me. No, it's not. That's not, you need more than that. Let me tell you, my uncle, he's like a hero of mine. And this dude right here, he's 70. Scorpio nigga. He like, damn man, I just wish I could have took care of you when you were little. He said, but I couldn't. When you were little, I was still building my shit. I didn't have it yet. But he'll come and be, you're the smartest motherfucker I've ever met. And he was like, I just wish I was in your life more. He was the one that'll pay for the tennis shoes and get us into the YMCA basketball games. But he always said, shit, man, our family ain't shit unless we're doing business together. his uncle, my great uncle, and him opened a nightclub and had a studio, and they did business together because that was part of the family plan. And I mean generationally. Nigga, your uncle and you opened up a nightclub in Pasadena called Vincenzo's. Right? They got restaurants. They did shit together. So for me, if we're going to heal, sisters, you can't do that shit by yourself because you're in a lofty position in American culture right now. You can't do it by yourself. It's a sickness to turn away and be like, fuck it. I'm open to new possibilities, and the niggas is scarce. And come on, man. We need each other. And that's real. That's fucking real. We are the remnant of the beginning. The remnant of where it all started. How the fuck we gonna be like, enough of y'all? All right, I've said enough. It's 7 o'clock. The voice of reason. I might not be here Friday, guys. No. I'm going with Corey Holcomb to Oakland. We about to get down up in Oakland. We're gonna be there for 2 days at Tommy T's.
Town business.
Turn ups. Oakland town business, Bay Area, Yay area. Come out, support the 5150 movement. It's about to be ignorant. I'm gonna catch up with my son who's up there right now working out like a G. And you know what? Universe, Spirit just won't let him film nothing. Last time he was there, he was able to film every workout. This time, just can't film it. I said, work in silence, pimp. Universe don't want everybody to see it. We gonna take off on fools. Oh, I can't wait to wear that motherfucking mustard green, yellow, tailored, double-breasted suit at the draft.
Double-breasted.
All right, we out.
That's
Voice
right.
of reason. I'm a holla. We'll deuces. We'll see you later. Deuces.
Deuces.